Hi guys, it's Kate again. I have been buying books like crazy for the past week or so. We were on a book buying ban for just over a month, and I had no idea how much I missed just like thrifting and the hunt of looking for books. So I've been to 3 different Goodwills. They're all our favorite local ones that are really good for books. And because we hadn't been in so long, they had accumulated a lot of really good stuff. We also realized we could use a 20% off coupon to make our price total a little bit lower. So all these books I'm about to show you, and there are quite a few of them, so buckle in. All of these books were between 80 cents and $3.20. So really, really good finds. There's a couple here that had me like gasp in the store. I was not expecting to find them. They're ones I've almost bought for full price. So seeing them used and this wonderful, wonderful price was just delightful. So yeah, buckle in. Let's get ready to see my latest Goodwill book haul. So the first book we have is one that I kind of lost my mind when I found. It's one that goes for $20 new at Barnes & Noble. And I have been wanting to buy it so badly ever since I read it last December from the library. And that is Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. This is a very short novella, but it is so full of heart. It's got good Christian themes in it in a subtle way, and less of like the do this, don't do this, but more like reaching out to the least of these kind of Christian themes. And so I just absolutely love this book. I recommended it to my dad. I've seen the movie with, what's his name? Cillian Murphy, and really love that too. So I'm so excited to have my own copy of this book. Next, I enjoyed the Kingdom of Renly books by Jordan Quinn, and I have the first 3 bound together. So when I saw the 5th one, I'm like, sure, I'll get that, and it ended up being less than $1. I really like this series for young kids. It's got illustrations, it's got sweet themes, you know, of working together and growing up. And so, yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll get that. I'll read it. I'll enjoy it. We'll see if I keep it. It might be something in the future that I want my kids to borrow from the library, but I couldn't pass it up. Then I found Charlie Thorne and the Last Equation by Stuart Gibbs. And this is one I literally finished like this month, I think, or last month, but recently finished. And I wasn't expecting to buy a copy, but the fact that I saw it at Goodwill and I enjoyed it so much, I'm like, yes, I need this. This is the beginning of his Charlie Thorne series. She's like kind of a girl vigilante, and she's super smart and kind of rebellious, but for good reasons. And so I really enjoyed this one. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm happy to own that. And it's a nice paperback. Now, of course, I need the rest of them. This was a legendary find. This is a pretty new release. And it goes for $15 used online. And so when I saw it at the thrift store, I kind of freaked out. It was mixed in with the devotional books, like the small devotional books, and I was like, I just happened to look through them, and I was like, oh, there it is. So it's like a little bit dirty on the page block if you look at the top, but I don't mind. It's a beautiful book. It's The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop by Takura Asakura. And it's got, I don't know if you can see, but it's got like these little like flecks of gilding, like with the cherry blossoms. And I've been wanting to read this one. I really love translated fiction. Just the cozy, literary vibes. And so I honestly was really wanting to read this one. So then when I found it, I was like, yes, I'll come home with me. I really enjoyed this year Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry. I'm not very good with Asiatic names. But then I found his other book, Never Let Me Go, at the thrift store, and I was like, you're coming home with me. And actually, it was so funny. My husband was like, oh man, he kind of wished he'd found it so he could buy it. And he's like, if you're not going to get it, I'm going to get it. We sometimes compete a little bit over who can find the best things at the thrift store, even though we're going to share them. But yeah, I was so excited to have this. I have heard that it's similar in themes to Clara and the Sun. So I'm going to wait to read it for a while to give Clara and the Sun its moment. But I am excited to read Never Let Me Go. This is one I've seen around, and I just thought I'd give it a try. It's called A Wolf Called Wander by Roseanne Perry. I don't know much about it, although it is blurbed. You can't see up here, but it's blurbed by Catherine Applegate, who is one of my favorite authors. And it looks like it's based on, like, real, like, animals. If you look at the back, The Wolf Called Wander is based on the extremely true story of a wolf called OR7 and often called Journey, a wild wolf who traveled a remarkable 1,000 miles across the Pacific Northwest. Ooh, it's set in the Pacific Northwest? I love the Pacific Northwest. So yeah, this will just be a really good, simple read for me, and so I'm excited to read it. This next one is one I keep almost buying. I almost bought a version of it for like $7 at a book sale, and then I almost bought like a $15 version of it at the used bookstore. And so seeing it at the thrift store was like, oh yay. And it is a little damaged, but I honestly don't mind. If you see, it's got a rip here on the dust jacket. But this is The Road Back to You by Ian Morgan Cron and Suzanne Stabile. And I have been interested in the anagram, but it's like got too much going on. It's like, I don't even know where to start. And this is a Christian look at it. And something I've heard about it is like, it tells you what you're like in such a way that it helps you figure out where you need to grow. And that's interesting to me because I love personality types, but sometimes they can put you in a box of, well, this is just the way you are. And I'm like, no, how can I change? Because there are things about me that are not just my personality that are also, problematic. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm hoping it'll be good as it sounds. So yeah, that was a great find. This one, I brought it home and it was a little more damaged than I thought. You can't see it on camera, but it has like a coffee ring on the cover. But this is Emmy in the Key of Code by Amy Lucido. And I don't know much about it. I just love middle grade. And it looks like it has to do with like one friend who loves coding and one friend who loves music, and kind of how they come together and realize the similarities in their favorite things. It just looked super cute. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to read that. So this next one, I didn't know it was an arc until I brought it home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have an uncorrected arc. That doesn't seem right. But it's from 2013. It's El Defo by CC Bell. You can see it has the little, this was covered by the sticker, but this shows what month it's coming out. Oh, I'm not showing it, sorry. It shows what month it's coming out. And then on the back it says free uncorrected proof. But this is one I've been wanting to read for a while. It is a graphic novel about being someone who is deaf. And I don't know much about it more than that. I just know that it's like really well done and really popular, and I've wanted to give it a shot. So, and it's kind of under proof. I think if I like it and if there's errors in it, I will spring for a new copy. This next one I was eyeing, and I was so excited to see it at the thrift store because it's something I've been really wanting to read. But I recently read a book by Timothy Keller about justice, and I really liked the way he thought of things. And so this one, Uncommon Ground, Living Faithfully in a World of Difference, and it's got Tish Harrison Warren, Sarah Groves, Trillia Newbo, Lecrae, a lot of different people, some I know, some I don't know, contributed to it. But one of the hardest things lately as a Christian is to be in the world, but not of the world. And I think the harder part is being in the world, because yeah, I'm used to being not of the world, but like how to interact with people and how to build relationships when we disagree on things. And so I'm very excited to read this. I love Timothy Keller's ethos and just the way he seems to really, really care about people and be less of an isolationist. So I'm excited to read this. And then, this one, will it fit in the camera? I need to adjust the camera after this. This is the 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. And I recently saw this one on BookTube. It was like on somebody's TBR cart, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. So then when I saw the thrift store, I recognized it. And it's like a book within a book. Like it's one of those books about books. And I read about it some, and I'm like, yeah, this looks like something I would really like. So I'm excited to read this. I really don't know much about it, but I think it'll be good. Alright, I've adjusted the camera, so hopefully we can see the books a little better. I'm still getting used to this, even though I made a few videos now. But get ready for more. So, I found The Magic Misfits, The Minor Third, by Neil Patrick Harris. This one, I've read the first book. I recently found the second book, and then I was like, ooh, the third book. And so far, I love the first book. These are like illustrated books with a bunch of kid characters. And then there's like tips for like how to do magic tricks, like interspersed in the book. It's so much fun. And I know Neil Patrick Harris is a dad, so he has like a heart for his kids. And I think he kind of wrote them into these stories, which is super cute. So, yeah, I'm excited to read more of this series. I'm swamped by library books and books to read right now. So it might be a while till I get to this, but I'm excited. This one, I knew nothing about it, but it just looked too cute to pass up. I've recently been enjoying books for younger middle graders. And so Happily Ever After Rescue Team by Sam Hay just looked so cute. Excuse me. And it's got like princesses and dogs. Oh, there's the princesses and illustrations. And I just know it's going to be a hilarious time. And then there's a couple more books in the series. So if I like this, I'll go ahead and get those too. But yeah, this was another one that was like under $1. So really exciting. These next three are Agatha Christie books, and I collect a certain edition of them that's by either the same publisher or just the same style. And so I'm always on the lookout for this edition. So I got The Mysterious Affair at Styles, which is the first Hercule Poirot mystery. I love Poirot. And it's got the spine that matches my others, and the Queen of Mystery up here with her signature. So, I don't know much about this one, but I've heard it's iconic, and getting to see Poirot in his first, recorded case. Very fun. So I'm excited about this one. Then I found the Regatta Mystery and Other Stories. And I didn't know much about the stories that were in here, but I looked them up to make sure, because I have other short story collections. I think they're pretty much all stories I haven't read. There might be one in there, a Miss Marple one that I have read, but it was worth it. And it's got, once again, the authorized edition, the signature. It's just, the edition that I collect. So very excited to see that. And then this one is Sparkling Cyanide. It's a little different. It doesn't have the authorized symbol, but it's got the signature. This one is a little damaged, but when I looked it up online, these ones go for a lot of money used. And so the fact that I was getting them for like $2 or $3, I'm like, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, I'm really excited to have all these Agatha Christie's. I was running low on her books. I have like 1 or 2 left that I haven't read. And so to find more is just a very good thing. This next one, I had heard of it, but I had to look it up to make sure it was something I wanted to read. My friends had mixed reviews on it, but somebody whose style of sci-fi I'm more aligned with, that I found out this more recently, really loved it. And I'm like, okay, I will give it a shot. So that is Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. And I have been interested in the Illuminae files, but they're just so huge that, like, I don't know if I'll ever read them. So to find something by these authors, this actually came with like its Barnes & Noble 50% off sticker on it. That's how new it is. And it's just so beautiful inside. Like, come on. And I'm a sucker for sci-fi, especially lately. So I am really excited to read this. I might drop everything and read it, although I don't know. I kind of have some plans of what I should read. So yeah. Then I found The Explorer by Catherine Rundle. And this is about a group of kids whose plane crashes in the jungle, and they have to, like, it's like a survival story, but appropriate for kids. And so I'm like, I will give that a shot. And also, she's an award-winning author. I haven't read anything by her, but I heard she's really, really good. So I'm like, okay, I will give that a shot. And, for $2 or $3, you can't pass that up. So, the last book I have to show you from this Goodwill haul, there will be more hauls. I have a half-price books haul, and then I have book outlet books coming too, which I know I'm insane, but it's so fun. It's my hobby. Whatever. This is True Nature, an illustrated journal of 4 seasons in solitude by Barbara Bash. And I knew nothing about this book, but I opened it up, and it had these beautiful, beautiful illustrations. And it reminded me kind of the style of the Serviceberry. And so I wanted to just kind of experience it, just read through it and experience the seasons. We don't get a lot of seasons where I live. And so I'm hoping it's really good as it looks, and that it is something I'll want to keep and read again. But yeah, so that's my crazy Goodwill haul. I've had so much fun. It just looking through the books and hunting for the best finds. Having something I recognize jump out at me. Having something I've never even heard of before just come on my radar. I found some favorite books that way. So yeah, I'm just so happy. I think that's a mower. Wow. I'm just so happy to have these books and get to read them. And I got really good prices on them too, so I'm really happy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye!